What's up, guys? Good day. Ready to have a good chat with Michelle, the editor-in-chief of Allure, Michelle, and I'm excited. We're going to have a good time today. We're going to talk about some good stuff. Talk about a lot of. Let me see. Let's see if she's joined yet. Hey, I see my girl Lala's in the house. What's up, Lauren, from my team? Let's see where Michelle is. Let's see. I'm gonna check requests. Okay. All right, let's see how we do this. How do we check every time I do this, I always, okay, let me look up Allure. Okay, I'm just waiting. I sent the request. Hey, everybody.
Hey,
Hi!
hey, hi.
How are you?
I'm
Hi,
doing really
Michelle.
well. How are you? I love the hair.
Hey, thank you. I've been hanging on
Gorgeous.
to this pink. It's been fun. I never thought I'd love colored hair as much as I do. It's been pretty cool.
It's funny because I was actually going to ask you that question that I feel like most people who I've been talking to fall into one or two camps, basically. One, I feel like in lockdown, people are going like really creative and experimenting a lot. And then the other, people are going super minimalist. Do you feel like you're in the first camp?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm probably more on the creative side just because it's like, what else do I do? I was pregnant in COVID. That was an experience within itself, but it also kind of like forced me to create more because the artist in me like desired something that was creative and like something that can kind of give me that fulfillment. Like we can't perform as much right now, and like I mean, we're just finding ways to make it happen. And I miss the stage. I'm like now I'm starting to really have that like okay, it's been good and long, but like let's get to it. Like that's the place that I'm in. But creatively, I just wanted to challenge myself. Like I want to make sure I'm staying active. Like I want to make sure I'm still like challenging my mind and just finding ways to still keep growing in the midst of it all, especially
Yeah.
creatively. So yeah, I think I'd say I lean a little more on the creative side. And then I also kind of figure out, I feel like I've mastered my homemade or my home shoots as well. Like, it's been a fun experience, but I'll say I've really enjoyed it. Like in the craziness of it all, it's been all right.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's funny because I know you have three kids and one is a baby. I also have three kids and one is a baby. So mine just turned one, so mine's a little bit older than yours, but it's been interesting during lockdown because it's like, we're all home and it's like home has become my office. It's become school for the older two. I know you and Russell talk a lot about how you do certain things and you set certain rules, and like those are the ways that you guys stay really connected and like in sync with each other.
Yeah.
Because our home lives have become sort of everything now, are you finding that to be extra challenging at all? Are you loving it? Like, how are you dealing with all that?
Yeah, no, honestly, it's gonna be interesting when we go back to normal because I feel like I found my rhythm. I finally have my rhythm at home, and it is a blessing to be able to go and do work or and go to my office in our house and then be able like literally after my meeting be able to go and see my kids. And that's the part that I'm kind of getting spoiled with that. And also, of course, Russ and I were able to spend a lot more time than we normally would because he's also doing football meetings at home. So it's kind of like, okay, so what is going to be like when we go back to normal? Because I'm really going to miss this, right? But I do feel like we've been able to figure it out. It really is about, communication and organization. It's like, I call it organized chaos because there really are a lot of moving parts. And with our kids doing school and especially future, he's in first grade. It's still real serious and really
Mhm.
important that we keep them focused and like balance all of that. But I was joking the other day. I was joking about the whole process. I'm like, I can be a teacher's assistant. Like, I'm good. Like, if a teacher needs me, call me. I got you. Like, I've gotten my rhythm with all of that. And it's been really fun, And the cool thing is, as you mentioned, I do have three kids, and Win is now 7 months, and I've been breastfeeding him. And honestly, it's just been convenient to be able to do it all in one spot, you
Yeah.
know. And so I feel like I've been able to find my silver lining in all of it, which I think that's kind of been the challenge for all of us. You know, we've all experienced COVID in one way or the other, and it's impacted us all. You know, no matter who you are, no matter what you have, it still is it's a real thing, and it's been a tough experience for the world, even for our team, just the whole thing. But I do feel like I just I've always been trying to find my way to focus on find the silver lining or linings, and to really embrace the good in it, because it's like the world's going to change, but I just refuse for the world to change me. I'm like, I'm going to change with it, but I'm not going to let this change me, this moment change me.
Yeah.
How can I find a way to come out of it like stronger and better? And for us as a world, we also have experienced a crazy presidency, and now we have a new president in office, and we also have Kamala Harris, the first female vice president. So it's been a lot of like so much has happened, and my biggest focus has just been like, how do I like embrace the good, embrace the situation, even the not so pretty of it all, and appreciate the small things. Like now it's like going to eat at a restaurant is going to be like a luxury, like, freely and comfortably, and not worrying like, if someone cough, uh-oh, what's that? Like, not being in that place is going to be a good feeling, or you're really going to appreciate the simple things like that.
Oh, completely, completely. So in the midst of lockdown, you and Russell also launched a fragrance. So I definitely want to talk about the fragrance, because I'm sure all of your audience all knows about it already, but I think the bottle and like the concept is super cool. What was the inspiration for this? Like, was it a conversation that the two of you were having that you said, okay, let's do this together?
Yeah, well, we both have always loved each other when we smell. Well, a fan of each other's smell. I've always loved smelling Russ. There's nothing better than when he walks in the room and he leaves that, impression upon you, or that feeling where you still like, he's still with you when he's not in the room. I think that's the power of fragrance.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just got the cool opportunity to both to create our own fragrance and to do it together. And of course, another one of those moments in COVID that really allowed us to have some fun. Like we have our ritual, or like our tradition, where every Friday is our date night. So the rule is that we always commit to that date. And if I'm traveling across the world and he's doing football, and if we can't make it on Friday, as soon as I get back home, like we'll say, okay, we move that day to Tuesday or Wednesday. But the rule is we make it happen every week, once a week. And sometimes we're lucky enough we get to do 2 days. But that's our us time. But I say all that to say that it was really cool being able to create our own fragrance in the process. Our date nights, we made for fun date nights. We were having smell, sessions together, and, smelling all the different scents, and like, okay, a little less of this, a little more of this. Okay, I like this one a lot. Ooh, that smells good. Like, it was so much fun doing it together, and I'm really, really proud of it. I'm proud of the packaging. As you see here, I have the box with me, but R&C, of course, Russell and Ciara. And we also have our fashion house, the House of LR&C, which also has the same ampersand and the similar, lettering as well, or the same lettering. But, all of what we've been doing is coming from a place of love. And in these bottles, which I also am super proud of. Yeah, I kind of like to do like as if it's an effect of me spinning them around. Oops. And they're magnetic. So you like this, and then they come together, which is cool. But yeah. So, and then on top you have the R and the C. I need to shine my things up a little bit more, but yeah. So clearly I pulled it out of my bathroom. But it's been so much fun designing this together and creating our own fragrances. And like I say, we put a lot of love into the bottles, and it's a magnetic, love is magnetic, right? And so it kind of also, there's representation of that, of you and your love in the bottles, the two coming together. But also too, what's another fun feature or component to our fragrance is that you can also spray both together. And I've done that, which is really fun. Yeah, the scents complement each other really well. And you're also able to spray both for another unique scent, which I have really enjoyed. So there's a lot of range in these bottles. And then I think it's important to celebrate not only, people that are in relationships, but also the power of self-love. Like for me doing quarantine, self-love and self-care has been critical, especially after having a baby, because we don't feel like our like fresh, like we don't feel like our like full normal selves, like, or at least it takes a second to get there sometimes after a baby. And for me, the best thing that has really fulfilled me and allowed me to feel fulfilled in this experience is like loving on myself. Like, yes, I'm not going anywhere but in these four corners, but I'm gonna be cute in these four corners. Like,
Yes.
that's
Oh my
kind
God,
of thing.
100%. I know
Yes.
it's funny because I always have loved skincare. And so no matter what, I always do my skincare. I kind of stopped doing my makeup like when lockdown first started. And after I had the baby too, I was like, okay, I'm busy. I'm going to stop doing makeup. When I did a full face of makeup again, I was like, wait a second, I forgot how much I love this. Like it really
Right.
is like it's a creative outlet. And for me, it is sort of meditative too. When, I guess like in your normal day now, can you walk me through your beauty and self-care routine? Like, is it like how long does it take? How many products are you using? Is it different every day?
Yeah. So speaking of that, so okay, going back to again like the silver linings and the whole like just like time that we've been going through, I've been finding ways to channel my energy and doing things that I love. And like I said, things that fulfill me. And self-care is critical, right? Like I said, there's nothing better than walking around knowing that I'm a mom of three, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm doing my thing, but I'm also like feeling good about what I'm doing because I'm taking care of myself. So when you talk about skincare, that's also another exciting thing that I've been able to experiment with during this time. And like, people always ask me like, what do you do with your skin to take care of your skin? And it's like, okay, what is really like the best answer? And it's, of course, I wasn't as aggressive about how I took care of my skin, but then me and my makeup artist, Yolanda Frederick, or Yolanda Frederick, I gotta say Yolanda Frederick Thompson, gotta give her a new last name. We've been best friends since I'm like 16 years old. But she always talks to me about the importance of skincare.
Mm-hmm.
And she's someone who I really admire and respect. And she's almost double my age. She will kill me for saying that, but I always brag about it because she doesn't look it. And so we just talked about like the importance, and she's like, you're doing your eye cream, are you doing this and this and this? And so I got a cool opportunity to work with experts on creating my own formula. And I'm really excited about it. And it's been, my hands have been full during this, during COVID or this
Wait,
pandemic.
is this brand new? Sorry, someone was calling me.
Yeah, sorry, say that again.
I like kicked out for a second. I was like, no, don't call me right now. So wait, I totally caught that, but are you revealing something new right now?
I am sharing something new.
So exciting.
Yes, exclusively right here. I've been working on my own formula with with experts that know what they're doing and really know how to put together the best formulations to take care of your skin. And I've been using it during this time, and it's been really fun experimenting, like really taking my time to make sure everything is thought out. There's been a lot of thought put into what I've been creating, and hopefully sooner than later, I'll be able to share it with the world, but I'm really proud of it.
Wait. And you can tell me that you can't say anything about it now, but can you talk about, is there a name for the line? Can you talk about how many products there will be at launch, when it's coming?
Okay, I can tell you there's a name, and there's definitely going to be.
There is a name.
I'm really excited about the name. It's every part of the process has been, I want it to be intentional. I want to be thoughtful. And of course, ultimately, I want to provide what I think is the best, skincare regimen and product for people. And at least I'll tell you, like, I'm being very honest. Like, I noticed a difference once I started to use the formulas we've been creating. You can see the difference in like the consistency in the skin and how, it's just been amazing. Like, so I can't wait to share more details.
Okay, well,
but it is exciting.
I'll ask you other skincare related questions, and maybe we'll pull something out. Are there, so when I talk about my skin, I always say I have really dry skin and I have hyperpigmentation. So dark spots are kind of like my big issue that I have. Are there certain skin things that you feel like you're constantly trying to solve for?
Absolutely. I think to your point, it goes back to thoughtfulness, right? It's like, it's not just about, okay, it's not a generic wash. Like, I've also been able to work with dermatologists, which is really cool. And that's a big bean I just gave you. But, I say all that to say that my hopes is to create a reliable skincare line for women that's going to speak to all skin types. And, as you talk about hyperpigmentation, those are things that I've experienced too, like different areas of my body. To be honest. And like, I've been able to also learn a little bit about that and also experiment with that throughout my life. And my hopes is just to share all that I've learned and that I've been able to develop with everyone. And I just can't wait. I
That's
honestly, it's been a
awesome.
dream come true to do
Well,
this. And
you guys all heard it here first. And look at the skin. I mean, the skin is glowing. It's amazing.
you're so sweet. Thank you so much. I'm super thrilled, super proud. Um,
Have you taught Russell anything about skincare, or was he someone who was he like into skincare before?
So, obviously guys, they don't have the patience that we have to take care of our skin. But he has been really sweet because he lets me push those blackheads out. I'm like kind of obsessed with it. I'm that girl. I'm like, can I please get it? Ugh. Like something about it just gives me like, it's the weirdest thing.
You're doing like a Dr. Pimple Popper on him.
Basically, that I'm that girl. But he really has also gotten, I will, he can speak for himself better than I can, but I feel like he allows me to do stuff to him where he's not going to be the one that's really like overly, I need to do this, this, and this. Like there are steps to taking care of your skin, which is also going to be factored in my skincare line. And I can't wait to share those details too. But, it's been fun. Like he sometimes has let me like wash his face and like do the whole process on him. And he sees the difference.
Yeah.
The thing for him is like consistency because of course they're just not going to be trying to do all the steps that we do. But it's fun
Exactly. My
though.
husband is the same way. The same
Yeah.
way. And like I put products out to try and get him to do like a morning routine, like super simple, like wash your face and moisturize. And the stuff is still sitting there. But if I'm like on a Saturday, oh hey, do you want to do a mask? I'll put it on you. Like he's totally game and like loves to do that stuff. And
Yeah.
I mean your kids are young still, but are there beauty and grooming things that you do with your kids? Like do you do baby massage or anything with the little one?
I've always done baby massages for my babies. The first time I did one obviously was with Future, my firstborn. And, I remember we did like olive oil is what we would use for the massage, like when they're tiny like that, because you don't want to put products onto their skin. And they love it. Wen is he's awesome, man. He reminds me a lot. He reminds me a lot of Future. Very calm. Sienna was very calm too, but she expressed herself more sooner than the boys did. But yeah, I mean, I love doing the massages for the babies. I love Aquaphor. I'm an Aquaphor.
Oh, totally. It's like magic. I know.
Aquaphor is like 10 in 1. Like literally,
Yeah.
it works for your babies. It's a good lip
For lips, yeah.
moisturizer for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's amazing. Like literally anything on their skin, we're like, put Aquaphor, and somehow it like
And it just
miraculously
like
heals whatever it is.
yes, that you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. So you were talking a little bit about self-care and obviously skincare. Are there other self-care things that you find yourself doing either daily or like on a weekly basis? Like, are you really into meditation or yoga, or like what are those other things that you're doing for yourself?
Well, I believe in prayer. Honestly, I love praying daily. And then in addition to that, working out. For me, that's how I get my release. It goes back again to self care, right? Waking up and like even when I don't feel like it, pushing myself is always the best thing that I could do for myself in the day because once I get through my workout, I'm like ready for the world. Like when I was pregnant, I worked out to like 10 days left in my pregnancy. And it was another one of those things that got me through quarantine, like just staying active, like staying creative and just like, still taking care of my body. Like that's a part of self-care and self-love. And so I've been a big advocate of doing that. And as you also know, I'm a part of the WW Club as well. And so just trying to be, really conscious of my wellness, like the total wellness has been like really important too. And another one of those things that's like keeping me occupied, but I'm also like loving on myself. And some days I'm also like, you gotta be forgiving as well. Like I go a little crazy on my desserts. Like, some weeks I do like, you just don't want to like be too hard on yourself. But again, like I'm still mindful of like what my ultimate goal is, and setting goals in this time is also part of that too, right? Still staying the course, even though things have kind of shifted. Like I still want to make sure I'm staying on track for all that I want to achieve and do. And so, I wake up, I wash my face. Of course, before I go to bed, I wash my face, but I wake up, I wash my face. I get my look on, I put on my sea fragrance. I feel good. I smell good. And then I also throw on something from one of our clothing brands with Human Nation, which we just shared as well recently, which is super exciting. And, you know, I just feel good about myself, though. It feels good to just take care of me and like love on me. And sometimes there's the simplest ways to love on yourself. Like I say, whether it's just washing your face or just, you know, hydrating, you know, drinking a lot of water has also been important too. That also helps, like, you know, your body flushing out and like helping to lose some weight and all that stuff. So yeah, self-love
Totally.
it's critical.
I mean, you have, just like when you were doing the rundown of like all your different things, you're like our fragrance, our fashion line, and soon your skincare line. Are there other things in the future that you could see yourself doing? Like when you talk about your skincare line, I was like, okay, that totally makes sense. Would you also possibly do something else in like makeup or hair?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're
Okay.
asking all the good questions. Let's just say this mama's been busy. Um, you know,
Clearly,
just
lockdown has been very good to you.
it's been great, and I'm doing all the things that I'm, you know, passionate about, all the things that I love. Because you know, there's a saying that when you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And ultimately, you know, the one piece that I do want to mention is the importance of impacting. That's been really important to me, and even more important. I don't know if it's my kids that really like kick that into overdrive, but it's at the forefront of everything that I do. How can I impact someone through what I'm doing, what I'm creating? And so going back to the fragrance, a percentage of our proceeds or a percentage of what we make from the fragrance is given back through our Why Not You Foundation. And that's an important component to everything that we're doing. Everything that I'm creating, there's a give back component. And so that's also been really important in the process of it all. And I'm super excited about knowing that all that I'm creating, there's thoughtfulness to it. Even with the fashion house of LR&C and our brand, our Human Nation brand, is a sustainable Gen Z streetwear brand, and the sustainability piece is really important too, right? It's all about being smart, and like there's an anti-stink, anti-stain. Like I'm going to actually do a cool post so people can see how the technology that's in in the clothing and in the pieces, how it literally, you'll see the technology work through the fashion, but then again, the sustainability piece is what's also really important, right? How do we like contribute in our, you know, in the best way we can to, you know, doing something good, right? Love, LR&C stands for love, respect, and care, right? You know, if we could all love on ourselves more, love each other more, respect ourselves, respect each other more, care for ourselves, care for each other more, the world would be a much better place. So, you know, I've just been really, you know, driven ultimately to impact. And that's kind of been the theme throughout everything that um, I've been able to do. And the thing that makes me the most excited, to be honest, like, especially like when COVID happened and like, I've never experienced, I don't, in my lifetime, I've never experienced something like this.
Mhm.
And I just thought, man, it's an incredible blessing to be able to give back in a time like this. Like, I thank God that I'm blessed to be able to give, right? So I'm just more and more driven to do that. And it's just a blessing to be able to do the things that I love and to create the things that I dreamt of creating, but to also know that through everything that I'm doing, I'm going to still be able to give back and impact. And whoever buys something or joins us on the journey, whether it's the stuff that Russell and I create or the stuff that I create, they're going to be a part of that journey too. It's like the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
So that's been
Well,
awesome.
you are amazing. I can't wait until I can see you in person, and I can't wait till I can hear more about the skincare line. So everyone, keep your eyes and your ears open to hear more. But yeah, I can't wait to learn more. And congratulations on the baby, and congratulations on everything. And we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun speaking with you, and a huge fan of Allure, of course. So shout out to all the Allure readers. And I just thank you guys for the time too. And it was really fun, and love to your babies and your hubby as well. So speak
All
soon.
right. Thanks,
Okay.
everyone.
Bye. Thank you
Bye.
guys. How do I do this? All right. Bye, guys. Hope you enjoyed our conversation. Peace out. And make sure you get the R&C fragrance. Oh, yeah. Look at them bottles. Thing. Looking right and smelling right. By the way, signature, you'll have a signature smell when you, signature scent when you get the R&C fragrance. And of course, for my ladies, you're going to leave a mark on your boo. And for Valentine's Day, it's the perfect thing to do. I just wanted to rhyme. Okay, let's sing on me. Love you guys. Peace out.